Welcome to another episode of Distro History, where we explore the most significant and sometimes forgotten moments in Linux history. Today, we're looking at United Linux, an ambitious project launched in the early 2000s that aimed to create a unified Linux distribution for the enterprise market. While it seemed promising, it ultimately failed to gain traction, leaving its mark as one of the boldest yet most forgotten experiments in Linux history. In 2002, several major Linux companies, SUSE, TurboLinux, Conectiva, and Caldera Systems, joined forces to create United Linux, a common base system that each company could build upon. At the time, the Linux market was highly fragmented, with each distribution developing its own technologies and package management systems, which made it harder for developers to build software that worked seamlessly across different distributions. The goal of United Linux was to fix this fragmentation by providing a standard platform for enterprise users. The idea was simple: create a single unified core operating system that each company could customize and rebrand for their own customers. This would allow enterprise clients to have a consistent experience across different vendors while still letting each company offer its unique value on top of the shared core. By creating a standardized platform, United Linux hoped to compete with Red Hat, which was quickly dominating the enterprise Linux market at the time. United Linux 1.0 was released later that year, and it included several advanced features for the time, such as support for IA64, IBM's Power architecture, and a variety of enterprise-level tools. It aimed to provide a reliable, scalable solution for businesses, offering a standard foundation that could be easily certified for enterprise applications. The project had the backing of major hardware vendors like IBM, HP, and Intel, which saw potential in the unified approach. However, despite the ambitious goals, United Linux never achieved widespread success. One of the main reasons was the growing dominance of Red Hat, which already had a strong presence in the enterprise market. By the time United Linux was launched, many companies had already standardized on Red Hat, and they were reluctant to switch to a new, unproven platform. Additionally, the internal dynamics among the partner companies weren't always smooth. SUSE, one of the largest partners, was increasingly focusing on its own distribution and would later be acquired by Novell, marking the beginning of the end for United Linux. Caldera Systems, another founding member, faced legal and financial troubles that further weakened the alliance. By 2004, just 2 years after its launch, United Linux was effectively dead. The companies involved had either gone their separate ways or shifted focus to other projects. The idea of a unified Linux distribution for the enterprise market didn't disappear, though. It just took a different form. SUSE went on to become SUSE Linux Enterprise, SLE, while Red Hat solidified its dominance with Red Hat Enterprise Linux, REL. While United Linux is largely forgotten today, it's important to remember the lessons learned from this project. It demonstrated both the potential and challenges of collaboration in the open source world. It was an effort to solve one of Linux's perennial problems, fragmentation, but ultimately the competitive landscape and internal conflicts made it impossible to sustain. So, as we look back on United Linux, we see it as a bold experiment, one that tried to unify Linux for the enterprise world but ultimately fell short of its ambitious goals. It's a reminder that even in the open source community, collaboration isn't always easy, especially when commercial interests are involved. Thanks for watching.